Hey everyone, it's Mark, and today's video comes from the channel Karen Cam. A link to their video and channel is in the description. Today we're taking a look at a sovereign citizen who is convinced he doesn't need a driver's license to drive a motor vehicle on a public roadway, and he gets arrested. Let's roll the video!
Hello, Officer Walker, Cape Coral Police Department. The reason I stopped you is you're going 70 at a 50 mile per hour zone.
This speedometer and fuel gauge, as you can see, it's not on 8.
Okay.
It's like almost a full tank.
You were going way above the speed limit, over 20 over. Do you have your license, registration, proof of insurance?
Well, I'm not driving. I'm traveling. So driving is like you're operating in a commercial.
3205 Cape. Can I get a code 10? Do you have your license, registration, proof of insurance?
No, I'm not driving.
I'm not asking if you're driving. I'm asking for your ID.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm wanting to know if I've committed a crime.
All right.
It's not letting
I
me know
stopped you because you were going 20 over the speed limit. I don't care if your speedometer is not correct. I want to see your license.
No, I don't use a license. I'm not.
So you have nothing to identify yourself?
No, I don't use driver's license. I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
What's your name?
Means you're operating in a commercial.
What's your name? What's your name?
I'm not driving.
You are operating a motor vehicle on a roadway. What's your name?
I'm not driving.
What is your name?
Can you please prove to me that I'm...
You are in the driver's seat of a vehicle operating on a roadway.
Can you prove to me or tell me a reasonable articulate suspicion that
Alright, so go ahead and step out of the vehicle for me. Step out of the vehicle. Yes, you have, sir. And you're failing to identify yourself, and you have to have a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle on a roadway in the United States.
But I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
You are driving, traveling, driving, whatever you want to call it, you are operating a motor vehicle.
No, this is not a motor vehicle, this is a traveling shuttle.
Well, that's a new one. In all my years of watching sovereign citizens, I've never heard one of them refer to their cars as a traveling shuttle. If you watched my channel for a while, you're probably familiar with the sovereign citizen script. It seems like this officer is new to sovereign citizens.
Sir?
It's an automobile.
Sir, I'm not going to play games with you. You can identify yourself.
I'm not trying to play games with you. I'm willing to cooperate with you. Under the condition that, please.
I'm asking for your name.
Can you please give me a supervisor?
I'm asking for your name. There's no reason for a supervisor to come out here if you can't identify yourself. I'm asking for you to identify yourself. If you identify yourself to me, I'll ask for a supervisor to come out here. I can't ask for a supervisor for someone who won't tell us who they are.
Please do not violate my rights and escalate.
I'm not violating your rights. You are disobeying the law. You are disobeying the law. You have to identify yourself. You are driving 70 and a 50.
This does not work.
It does not matter, sir. Sir, it does not matter. It does not matter if your speedometer is incorrect, then you're operating a vehicle that does not have the proper equipment.
This is not a motor vehicle.
It is a motor vehicle.
This is a traveling shuttle.
By definition, this is a motor vehicle.
Motor vehicles are commercial.
Sir, I'm not going to argue with this. I'm not going to argue with you about it. You can identify yourself, or you're going to go to jail tonight. Do you understand me?
Are you coercing me to cooperate
I'm not
with you
I'm not forcing you to do anything, but I will if I have to. You can identify yourself. I'm recording too. Go right ahead. Sir, you were driving 70 and a 50. I'm asking you to identify yourself and provide your paperwork for your vehicle.
Can you give me a reasonable, articulable
I just did.
That I've committed a crime?
I just explained to you why I stopped you, and that is a crime. Driving 20 miles over the speed limit is a crime.
I swear, sometimes I think sovereign citizens love arguing for the sake of arguing. You could tell a sovereign citizen that the sky is blue, and they'll say, no, it's not. It's green. The fact of the matter is, Mr. Softsit, you were driving 20 miles over the speed limit, which is considered a crime.
It is. It is a violation of Florida state statutes.
Yeah, but those statutes don't have jurisdiction over me.
Yes, they do. You can identify yourself, or you're going to go to jail tonight.
You're coercing me. You're coercing me to do something that is in cooperation with you against my better judgment. That is coercion.
Sir.
Anything that I do from this point forward is because I'm under the threat of coercion.
I don't care how you feel about it. You need to identify yourself.
I haven't committed a crime.
Yes, you have, sir. I've already explained the crime to you that you have committed, and now you are failing. identify yourself?
But first things first, can you prove to me that I committed a crime?
I already explained it to you, sir. I already explained it to you.
I have not committed a crime.
Yes, you have. Just because you feel like you don't have to obey the law does not mean you don't have to obey the law.
My rights are you sworn an oath of office to protect
Sir?
my rights, my inalienable rights.
If you don't believe in the laws of the United States, then how do you have any rights under that?
Those are not laws.
Can you explain that to me?
Are they penal codes or are they laws? Is this the Inquisition?
Sir, are you going to identify yourself?
Is this the Inquisition?
Are you going to provide identification, sir?
Can you please get your supervisor?
Are you going to provide identification?
Can you please get your supervisor?
Are you going to provide identification? Sir, I'm not going to play games with you. You need to ID yourself.
I don't need to play games. I'm just wanting you to acknowledge my rights, my inalienable rights. And I have a right to speak to your supervisor.
That is not a right. That is nowhere in your rights does it say that you have a right to speak to my supervisor. If you will not identify yourself, why do you need to speak with my supervisor if you don't even want to ID yourself?
Because I feel like you are operating under the color of law.
You're just throwing out words, man. I don't think you know what any of them actually mean.
That's what I'm
That's
thinking
not
that
what
you
color
don't.
of law means.
You're operating under the color of law.
That's not what
You're
color of
violating
law
my rights.
means, sir.
Whenever I ask for you to get your supervisor, you must.
All right, sir. We're not playing games.
You're not going to violate my rights.
Hey, man. What's up? What's going on?
Okay, so I asked to speak with your supervisor, and
Okay.
now I deny it.
She's denying you a supervisor? Okay. Can I ask why? Because they're going to want to know why.
I feel like she's operating under the color of law, and she's coercing me against my better judgment.
Okay. Why'd she stop you?
She's coercing me.
What? How is she coercing you, man?
She's threatening me, threatening that she's going to take me to jail, and if I don't cooperate with her, I'm going to
Okay. Okay.
It's not a threat. The officer is telling you for a fact what's gonna happen. You're refusing to identify yourself as the officer legally pulled you over because you were speeding, and right now you're obstructing the traffic stop.
Okay. So, okay, so you want a supervisor because she's trying to intimidate you. I gotta make sure I understand what's going on, man, okay? I haven't been here.
Step out of the vehicle, sir. I can't hear you.
I'm asking for your badge number.
I literally can't hear what you're asking me.
Badge number, please.
My badge number is 2143, Officer Walker. Can I have you step out of the vehicle? Sir, can I have you step out of the vehicle, please? Can I have you step out of the vehicle, sir? I can't hear anything you're saying to me.
That I've committed a crime. Can you give me
I can't hear you. I already explained it to you. I already explained it to you. I stopped you because you were going 70 miles an hour in a 50-mile-an-hour zone. It doesn't matter, sir. That means you're operating a vehicle that does not have proper equipment.
So my understanding right now is that she's saying that you're traveling above the posted speed limit. Is that what my understanding is? It's to me it's the same thing. So if it's okay. Okay.
Those that make the laws shall obey the laws.
Okay.
That is what you're saying.
Okay. I understand your.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Okay. Well, right now you're in the city of Cape Coral, right? Okay. Hang on. So everybody within our jurisdiction is our jurisdiction. I understand your belief is different, okay?
I can't hear what you're saying. Roll down your window and maybe I'll be able to hear you. I can't hear you with the traffic behind me and your window only open this much.
Can you please prove your jurisdiction?
You are in the city of Cape Coral. Yes, it does. You are in the city of Cape Coral. Even if you weren't from the United States, if you're in the city of Cape Coral, I have jurisdiction. All right, sir, are you going to step out of the vehicle?
The supervisor.
Supervisor is on the way, but at this time you
You're gonna find out in a few minutes that your consent is completely irrelevant.
It's not coercion. I'm giving you a lawful order.
I've asked to speak to you,
Sir, you can either step out of the vehicle or I'm going to break the window.
Well, that would be a violation.
It would not be a violation of your property because you're failing to cooperate with law enforcement.
I would have to seek compensation.
I'm Officer Myers. I work for the Cape Coral Police Department. I work for the city's traffic division. Senior officer on the scene. Okay? We're lawfully pulled over. Okay? We've asked you to identify yourself. If you fail to identify yourself, it's considered a criminal offense. It's an obstruction of justice. You're looking at him right now. Yes. What can I do for you? Your obstruction of justice is right now. You are violating the law. I will not answer any questions until you identify yourself. If you do not identify yourself, you will be arrested for obstruction of justice. You are detained. You are lawfully required to identify yourself. Provide your identification now, otherwise it will be a criminal offense.
10-4.
Alright. Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle. If you do not open your vehicle, I will break the window and extricate you from this vehicle. Do you understand me? No. Here you go. I told you. Get out.
These officers have just broke my window.
One open?
Gotta break this front one.
Lock it, otherwise I'm gonna break this one.
Use a driver's license. I'm traveling.
You are required to identify yourself. I've asked you to identify yourself, you refuse.
Can you prove your jurisdiction over me? I'm traveling.
Break this one. Watch out, I'm gonna break it.
These guys are criminals. Yes.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
2 windows busted by the supervisor he demanded. You would think by now he would take the hint that his sovereign citizen script doesn't work.
Keep your hands back. Put your hands on the steering wheel. Get out now.
Get out of the car.
I'll get you from. Hands behind your back. Stop resisting.
Stop resisting.
Got him.
All right.
That didn't have to happen.
You've just violated my rights. I've asked for you to give me a reasonable articulate suspicion that I've committed a crime.
Spread your feet.
You have anything on you you're not supposed to have?
No?
You have anything that's going to poke or stick my officer? Or me was your search. You're under arrest.
For what crime?
Obstruction of justice.
That is not a crime. That is not a crime.
Your feet spread
You're
apart.
operating under the color of law right now. That is not a crime.
Stop pulling away.
He is pulling me this direction. This is not a crime. Those are my children in there.
Well, you were going to quickly find the law.
You're operating under the color of law. You are operating under the color of law.
Face me, face the vehicle.
Committed a crime.
Face the vehicle.
Those are my children.
Now,
I did not
get
consent.
in the vehicle.
I did not, and I request for someone to be able to come and
Sit down.
operate my automobile.
Sit down.
I did not consent to searches. I require someone. I require to be able to contact someone. I require to be able to contact someone to
Okay,
come and get my
let's
truck.
get in. Okay.
Get in.
Hop in real quick. Come on, get your feet in.
Get in. Face the front.
I request my things, my personal effects.
I'm getting your wallet.
And I require for someone to be able to come and operate my automobile rather than it being towed.
Nope, it's being towed, sir.
That's my right. I require.
No, it is not your right, sir. You are being arrested. Your vehicle is being towed.
It is my right to have someone come and drive.
Well, I ran his plate and it didn't come back to anything, so I was watching him and I followed him to make the turn and then he just took off and I had my radar on. I thought he wasn't going to stop because he slow rolled and I pulled like this and he kept rolling forward a little more and I was like, oh, maybe he's not going to stop, but then he stopped, surprisingly.
I need for someone, I request for my right to be honored. Someone to be able to
It is not your right. It is not your right. It is not your right.
Travel my truck away from the.
It is not your right.
It is my right.
It is not.
I've requested for someone to be able to come and take my truck away from the premises.
You can request all you want, but it doesn't mean the officer has to do anything for you. The entitlement of these criminals is really amazing.
Private property.
You can feel however you want to feel about it, sir.
Say that again.
You can feel however you want to feel.
I don't feel any way about it. I just need compensation. I just have to seek compensation.
Go for it.
Hey man, you want to talk to Supervisor?
Yes.
What can I do for you?
Are you a supervisor?
Yeah.
Okay. Must I have to talk like this? These
Yes.
cuffs are like
Yeah, be under arrest.
pinching into my bones.
Yes, sir, you're under arrest.
Well, for what crime?
For failure to identify yourself, obstruction of the investigation, not registering a motor vehicle.
Are these crimes?
Yes, sir.
Or are they penal codes?
They're Florida State statute crimes, yes, sir.
But I've explained to her that those have no jurisdiction over me, a man.
Listen, sir, you're in the state of Florida. You got to abide by the state of Florida rules and laws.
But those, I'm a man.
I understand this is why you're going to
Those
jail.
have no jurisdiction
Listen,
over me.
I understand. We're not going to talk in circles. In the state of Florida, you need to have a registered motor vehicle.
But
Listen to
I
me.
explained
Listen
to her
to me.
that I'm not driving.
You're driving.
I'm traveling. I'm not
Listen,
driving.
I'm not going to. You're driving.
I'm not operating
That's
in a
semantics.
commercial capacity.
Okay. Listen, you're being charged tonight with resisting arrest. You're being charged.
arrest?
Yes. You're being charged with failure to identify yourself upon demand of a law enforcement officer. You're being charged with not registering a motor vehicle in the state of Florida, or not having a registered motor vehicle in the state of Florida. You're also going to be documented as a John Doe, meaning you're not going to be released from jail until you identify yourself. We need to have a legal identification for who you are. So they're also going to do a background check. So if you don't have a license, you'll be charged with that as well at that point.
But a
I'm
driver's
explaining-
license? Is that what you're
You
referring
need to have a license, yeah. In the state of Florida, you got to have an actual license to drive from another state
But
or a state of Florida.
Officer Costa?
Yes, sir. Listen, I'm explaining to you.
Costa, I'm
Yeah.
not driving. I'm explaining to you.
Listen,
and
traveling-
I'm articulating to you
travel-
that I'm not driving.
I understand what you're saying, sir.
And
Listen.
I asked for her to give me a
I-
reasonable, articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime. A reasonable, articulable fact that I have committed a crime.
Good, listen,
She
you'll-
did not
you'll-
provide that to me.
And you'll have your right to be able to articulate that in court. So your car is being held for proof of
I
ownership.
do not understand the charges.
My suggestion is to hire a lawyer who can explain the charges to you. Although you probably do understand the charges. You're just playing your sovereign citizen word games.
I mean, I just explained to them.
I do not understand that.
Your car is being held for proof of ownership.
And then I've asked for her to acknowledge my right that I am requesting to have someone come
No,
and operate
absolutely
my
not.
automobile away from the premises.
Absolutely not.
That is my right.
I'm explaining to you what's going to happen to your car. Your car is going to get towed.
Those are my children in the back. Those are my children.
You're going to listen to me, right?
I do not have a contract with
Let
the
him
city.
explain to you.
I'm going to close the door if you don't want me to explain to you. Things are going to get complicated for you. The car is being held for proof of ownership. You need to be able to identify who you are and that you're the legal owner of this car. Animal control is coming for your dogs. Same thing is going to happen to your dogs. If you want to get your dogs out of the pound, you're going to have to identify yourself and prove that you are who you are and you're the owner of those two dogs.
But I don't have any paperwork.
How do I know?
ownership.
How do I know those dogs are not stolen? The truck's not stolen.
But how do you know that I don't own them?
I need to have proof of ownership.
I don't have. I privately own those. I own them.
How do I know you didn't steal those two dogs in that truck tonight?
I don't have paperwork.
You need to have paperwork.
I have
or proof.
pictures. I have other forms
Sir,
of proof.
This is how things work.
I have other forms
So-
of proof. I have witnesses.
That's not going to fly. We need to have paperwork. We need to have an identification to release a vehicle to you, the dogs to you. Again,
There is no proof of anyone else that is claiming those dogs belong to them.
I can tell you that for animal control to release those dogs, you need to have legal identification.
But I don't have a contract with Animal Control.
Okay, I understand you don't have a contract with
I
it.
don't have any paperwork
I get, but
or
they're
any signed agreements
okay.
with them.
So I'm explaining to you. Do you have any other questions?
Yes, can I please have someone
No, sir. Our policy states
come and
that the vehicle has to get towed, and your dogs have to be impounded. Yes, sir.
Officer Costa, are you not acknowledging that I'm telling you that
I'm explaining to you what's
that
going to
is not a
happen.
vehicle.
I'm acknowledging what you're asking me. I'm declining your acknowledgement. I'm telling you what's going to happen to your car and your dogs and what's going to happen to you. So you're not going to get released unless you get identified. You know that, right?
I don't understand the charge.
You're being charged
I did not
again.
commit a crime.
You've committed multiple crimes in our presence here tonight. Yes, sir.
These are penal codes and statutes. I told her that I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
Listen, you can say whatever you want. You can say you don't abide by them, but unfortunately, in the United States, we have laws that you have to abide by.
I'm not a United States citizen.
Okay, great.
I am an American.
You're traveling
national.
through the roads of Florida, and you have to abide by the laws of Florida. So, any other questions, sir?
Will my personal effects be sent with me?
Your
No.
phone and your wallet are going with you, and that's it. Your money that's in your wallet and your phone.
So your car is being impounded. All whatever's on the car stays.
My beautiful children,
I understand. They'll be taken well care of by the animal pound, animal control.
they're going to become traumatized being inside of those confines.
Something to think about. Maybe you want to identify yourself and identify, your dog to them when you get them out.
Well, but first I asked her, can she please show me that I have committed a crime? She said
Sir,
that I
listen. This
violated
is not
the traffic law.
This is not a courtroom. This is a traffic stop on the side of the road.
My inalienable rights. Haven't you sworn an oath of office to protect my inalienable rights and not exceed your jurisdiction?
We're not exceeding our jurisdiction, and we're enforcing the laws of the state of Florida. So, we're done here, man. Good luck to you. Hopefully you reconsider your stance, all right?
So, are you wanting me? You're wanting me to identify myself now?
You're going to need to identify yourself at some point. You're still going to jail. Either we're going to book you as who you are, or we're going to book you as a Jane Doe, and then to be released, you're going to have to give your name. I've explained this to you. I'm not being rude to you. I'm
That
explaining
would
to
be
you.
considered kidnap, officer.
No, you're under arrest. There's a big difference. You should read the laws for kidnapping. We have a legal authority to place people under arrest.
Without proper identification,
All right, we're done here, man. All right, have a good night, man. Watch your knee there, all right?
that is considered kidnapping.
Hey, animal control is here. They're assessing the conditions of your dogs, and they're most likely not going to charge you with animal cruelty as well for the conditions of the animals.
What condition are you suggesting that they're in?
He's the animal investigator. It's inadequate shelter, housing. He says something about lack of food, covered in feces,
They have
inadequate space for 3
they have
dogs.
dog food in the pickup bed, water in the pickup bed. It's got constant maintenance after them.
Yeah. So, like I said, it sounds like you're going to be charged with that as well. So good luck to you, man.
So on top of everything, this guy neglects and mistreats his dogs. I feel bad for the dogs and I hope he never gets them back. This guy should do some serious jail time in my opinion.
It sounds like I'm going to be charged. What is the charge?
Animal cruelty.
I'm the private owner and I have no contract with animal control. I haven't registered with the county. There's no paperwork between me and them. They're in transit.
She's trying to explain to you why they're... Can I talk? Are you going to let me speak? Or are you just going to keep interrupting? Because if you're going to keep interrupting, we're going to stop explaining you anything, okay?
She is explaining to me that
All
I'm
right,
being charged
you're done.
with animal cruelty,
You're done.
which I'm explaining.
You won't let
that
us
they are in
talk,
transit.
so we're not going to explain anything else to you.
I don't understand the language that you're using.
I said nothing about charge. I asked you if you're the owner of these dogs. That's all I asked. If you are, I want to know so that when these dogs get taken to wherever they are, and if you get out, we can release them to their owner. But I can't release them to somebody who I don't know.
Do you have paperwork that proves that I have agreed? I have signed paperwork with the city of animal control. I have no documents with them. I have no paperwork with them.
Hey, Sarge. Sarge.
I have no signed agreements with them. They are not registered. I'm being kidnapped right now.
You're being arrested.
This is kidnapped.
No, you're being arrested.
You have not properly
Okay, I don't want you to talk anymore. Just be quiet.
the subject. You have not properly identified the subject, and now you're taking me into custody. I don't understand the charges.
I explained to you the charges. My sergeant explained to you the charges. Just because you don't agree with them, doesn't mean that they are not your charges. I don't care if you don't understand. I already explained it to you, and so did my sergeant, and that's it.
I don't understand these charges. I must seek compensation. I must file motions with the courts and pursue a legal settlement.
Go for it.
I'm being kidnapped.
If you won't even identify yourself, you can't do anything in court.
I'm not a set of KB Trust. I'm not a corporate name in all capital letters.
What are you... I don't even know what you're saying, man. Are you just throwing out random words? Because that's what it sounds like.
Set of KB Trust.
What are you talking about?
You have no jurisdiction. You haven't proven to me any jurisdiction. You haven't shown me.
I don't need to prove anything to you. We already explained to you the charges, and that's it.
I don't understand any of these.
You don't have to want you to understand. You don't need to understand. You're going to jail tonight. That's all you need to understand.
I challenge the jurisdiction.
Okay, go for it. Tell a judge. The judge is going to tell you the same thing.
I'm at peace with every man and woman on the land.
Okay.
I'm an American national, not a United States citizen. I'm not a citizen.
Even non-citizens still have to follow the laws of the United States.
I do not recognize these codes.
Okay.
This language.
You don't need to recognize them. You still are upheld by them.
That you're interpreting as law.
You don't have to. You're in the United States and you're in the state of Florida, and you have to abide by our laws whether you recognize them or not. You still have to abide by them.
Natural law, the only law that applies to me, a man.
No, when you're in the state of Florida, the laws of the state of Florida and of the United States of America apply to you, whether you feel like they should or not.
Are you administering my estate?
What?
Are you administering my estate? Are you administering a Senate can't be trust? Are you a beneficiary of my Senate can't be trust? I'm the beneficiary of my estate. And if anyone is going to be paid, if there's any monetary value involved, then I'm to be paid first. That is private property. I have no contract with animal control. I have not registered my children with animal control. They are.
You don't need to register them with animal control. However, you do have to register with them with the county that you are residing in.
That has no jurisdiction over me.
That doesn't make any sense, man. Do you really hear yourself? It makes no sense.
I do not recognize that jurisdiction.
Go ahead, step out.
These things are cutting into my bones. I'm at peace with every man and woman in the land.
And you can be at peace inside the jail.
The suspect was charged with resisting without violence, failure to register a motor vehicle, and aggravated animal cruelty. Like I said, I feel bad for the dogs and I hope they get better owners. This sovereign citizen is delusional and deep down the rabbit hole. He should have been arrested a lot sooner in my opinion, and I hope he does some serious jail time. As always, I would like to give a big shout out and thank you to all of my channel members for your support. I really appreciate all of your support, and all of you are awesome. And that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.